When I was 8, I had a porcelain doll named Isabel. She had white lace gloves, a soft velvet dress, and glass eyes the color of pond water. She also had insomnia, or at least, that's what I believed, because Isabel never slept, and neither did I. I grew up in a small town in Gloucestershire. My parents were antique dealers, well known among local collectors for sourcing rare, eccentric pieces from all over the countryside. Every room in our house was filled with artifacts. Grandfather clocks that ticked off sync, dusty Victorian oil paintings, shelves of leather-bound books with brittle pages that smelled like time itself. On my 8th birthday, Mum gave me the doll, Isabel. She came from an estate auction, she told me. Belonged to a girl named Lillian who died in the 1920s. She didn't say how Lillian died, but the auctioneer said the doll had been in a locked trunk in the attic for nearly a century. Untouched. Unblinking. I loved Isabel instantly, but that first night, I noticed something strange. Her eyes didn't close. Even when I tilted her back, the way most dolls do, they stayed wide open, staring. Mum laughed it off. Silly girl. She's just old. The mechanics are probably jammed. 2 weeks later, I stopped sleeping. It started with dreams, always the same. Isabel sitting at the foot of my bed, whispering words I couldn't understand. When I'd wake, she'd be sitting on my nightstand. Every night, I put her on the shelf. Every morning, she was closer. One morning, she was under the covers, next to me. I told my mum. She said maybe I moved her in my sleep, or maybe I was sleepwalking, but I wasn't. I started seeing shadows in the corners of my room, hearing scratching in the walls. My nose bled almost every night. My hair began falling out in clumps. But the worst part, I wasn't the only one hearing her. Dad started getting irritable. He stopped going into the study. He said he heard footsteps upstairs when no one was home. One night, I found him in the hallway outside my room, just standing there, facing the door, whispering something. I asked what he was doing. He didn't answer. He just turned and walked away like he didn't recognize me. That night, he put Isabel in the bin. The next morning, the bin was empty. The back door was wide open, and Isabel was sitting in the middle of the kitchen table, dry, clean, smiling. Mum arranged a sleep study. She thought I had night terrors or sleep paralysis. They hooked me up to wires in a white, sterile room. I brought Isabel, refused to sleep without her. The technician said my brain was unusually active during sleep. Too active. He said I wasn't resting. I was processing, seeing. On the 4th night, I coded. My heart stopped for 17 seconds. When I woke up, I had a new scar under my left eye. The doctors said it must have happened during CPR. But Mum had seen everything. No one had touched my face. Desperate for answers, Mum tracked down the estate where the doll came from. The old caretaker there, Mr. Pembroke, was reluctant to talk. Eventually, he told her the story. Lillian was the daughter of a prominent physician. She'd been born with night terrors so violent. The family locked her in her room at night. She talked to shadows, said they needed her. She died at 10, slit her own throat with a shard of broken porcelain from a doll. The doll was Isabel. The physician had her locked in a lead-lined trunk. He called her a conduit. After that, things escalated. I woke up with bruises, claw marks. Mum started dreaming of a girl in a white dress standing at the foot of her bed, bleeding from the neck. One night, the door to the attic blew open on its own. Mum grabbed Isabel and took her upstairs, determined to put her back where she came from. She didn't come back down for hours. When she did, her hair had turned completely white. She never spoke of what happened. When I turned 16, we moved. New house, new town, no antiques. Isabel stayed in the attic, sealed in a metal box inside a cedar chest, inside a suitcase. I haven't seen her since, but sometimes I dream of her, not as a doll, but as Lillian, a girl with empty eyes and lips that don't move, but a voice that whispers just the same. I still can't sleep. And last week, my niece turned 8. She came to visit, carrying a gift from a friend, wrapped in soft pink paper. Inside, a porcelain doll with pond-colored eyes.